Well, I have some help about this atheism thing. Well, this first part of the video was women, black, white, radicalized, total control, targeting, and everything. Well, here's a white male example. Yeah, in this video, right here. Well, it says atheism, radical ideology masquerading as religious freedom, violence and deception. Well, the women, the women, black and white, violence and deception as well, radicalized ideology, atheism. Well, here's the atheism part of it, but this is white male radicalized ideology, and he has a platform, I guess, on the Daily Wire. But, well, these women, they have a platform, I guess, as well. They have these videos, shorts and things up. I'm sure they have more videos than that. Well, I like to be helpful. So here's the video about atheism to help you understand the full dimensions of this issue. Yeah, well, yeah. Well, what to do about individuals that have self-radicalized or been radicalized but appear normal in each and every way. This is a serious problem. These folks all represent the classic representation of exemplar. Danger to themselves and danger to society or culture. Maybe we should get some experts somewhere to help figure this out, to get some dimensions of the problem or the issue. I said issue, not tissue. Issue. Yeah, the issue. Here's another example right here. Yeah, another example.
Okay, this is a reel from Facebook, and it's Ben Shapiro and what's his name? Matt Fradd officially joins the Daily Wire this week. We sit down to discuss faith and his goals with his show. It's 32 seconds long. Here we go. From Facebook. It's Ronnie-Ward. It's Ronnie-Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. Let's listen to this 32-second
yeah.
from Facebook.
Well, it's Monday.
Ben Shapiro, and see what it has to say.
It is Monday now. Yeah, it's Monday at 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Atheism went off like a smoke bomb within culture, and people couldn't see straight, and they were given the impression that perhaps religion was just for stupid, naive people. That seems to have dissipated. I think Jordan Peterson, in a way, was a gateway drug for many people to take another look at Christianity and not mock it. I think they long for ritual.
When people tend to return to religion, people go from not orthodox to orthodox. They become like the most orthodox.
We're seeing that today online. People are going full on. But from a Christian perspective, I would think that if a person who's coming back to Christianity is more concerned with other people's sins than their own, this is not a good sign. The new atheism went off like a smoke bomb within culture, and people couldn't see straight, and they were given the impression that perhaps religion was just for stupid, naive people. That seems to have dissipated. I think Jordan Peterson, in a way, was a gateway drug for many people to take another look at Christianity and not mock it. I think they long for ritual.
When people tend to return to religion, people go from not orthodox to orthodox. They become like the most orthodox.
We're seeing that today online. People are going full on. But from a Christian perspective, I would think that if a person who's coming back to Christianity is more concerned with other people's sins than their own, this is not a good sign. The new atheism went off like a smoke bomb within culture, and people couldn't see straight, and they were given the impression that perhaps religion was just for stupid, naive people. That seems to have dissipated. I think Jordan Peterson, in a way, was a gateway drug.
Okay, so my analysis, if you will, Ben Shapiro is a highly coveted and recognized contributor on the Daily Wire and has had a show for quite some time. And he is obviously interviewing this Matt Fradd as a way to promote Matt Fradd's new channel or new platform on the Daily Wire. So that's why Ben Shapiro doesn't have a lot to say here. And this video commentary is not about Ben Shapiro, nor is it really about Matt Fradd, except for the fact that this is yet another example of how in the United States, on social media platforms, and specifically the United States, Christianity is in full display. From the left, as far liberal as you could be Christianity, to the far ultra-right of Christianity as you could have it be. And I'm not going to lay out what political left and political right Christianity happens to be, but let's face it. Once you jump across from the Church of England that came to the United States with King George III and the 13 colonies, then next at the Revolution and our winning independence almost 250 years ago, the Church of England changed to the Protestant Episcopal Church of the United States, which is still Church of England. But then since then, in the last 250 years, look at all the diversity in religion that we have in the United States, but look at the predominance and overwhelming focus on Christianity out of all the religious diversity. And look at all the diversity of Christianity in the last 250 years in the United States. The United States of America is the place to study what Christianity means today. Plus, it gets pushed out by our politics, and especially Trump religion, as I call it, and him becoming a Christian and a defender of the faith. There's plenty of video evidence for that. But anyway, just a little teaser video and a bit of what I'm working on toward my memoir, Rhinocrat, as well as my upcoming return to Union Theological Seminary this fall of 2026, and hopefully graduating with a Master's of Divinity in May of 2027. It's Ronnie-Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York.
Well, here's an audio recording that I made on Sunday the 8th, where I'm talking about this 32-second reel we just watched. Here's what I said earlier today. Went off like a smoke bomb. They couldn't see it straight. It seems like religion was just for the stupid people or something.
Dissipated. I think Jordan Peterson, in a way, was a gateway drug for
No, leave Jordan Peterson out. Well, he invokes the name of Jordan Peterson, but he can't do that. He can't associate himself with somebody of the stature of Jordan Peterson. Just because he says Jordan Peterson, neither just says it. No, Jordan Peterson has nothing to do with this. He's bringing in the name of somebody famous. Jordan Peterson is famous. He lectures to people all over the world. People, yeah, he's famous. He doesn't talk about just religion. He talks about culture, religion, God, Bible, this, that, society, civilizations. Well, Jordan Peterson, he talks about all kinds of economies, all kinds of topics. He can't pigeonhole Jordan Peterson. He's trying to do something here. This Flad guy is. I can attest for Jordan Peterson. He's lectured in the United States and Canada and Germany. I mean, he's done all kinds of topics, all kinds of things. That's all. He's absolutely. How dare this guy invoke the name of Jordan Peterson?
Look at Christianity and not mock it. I think they long for ritual. When people tend to return to religion, people go from not orthodox to orthodox. They become like the most orthodox.
Ben Shapiro said, if people return to a religion, they go from just not orthodox to not orthodox, but beyond orthodox. Talking about the radicalization of some people here who can't be unradicalized. Radicalization of people who can't be unradicalized. The radicalization of some people who cannot be unradicalized. So the question is, not the first time I've asked this question. No, what to do about it? They're sort of self-radicalized. They're adults, you know. They made some choices that led down the slippery slope to radicalization. They're adults. They can't be unradicalized. They're a danger to themselves and to society. What to do about it? They have to be cordoned off and separated from society. Because they're a danger to themselves and a danger to others. They become a source for propagating out violence and deception. A modern day pogrom. Self-actuating even. Well, that's a very difficult problem. There's many who would say, round them up and execute them. Well, I don't make decisions. I don't believe in violence. But what to do with them? Very expensive, isn't it, for construction of facilities or figuring out a way or place to isolate these people together or something? Away from the rest of mainstream society, especially weaponized through digital social media. They just keep radicalize others. Maybe they're not doing it consciously, saying, I want to they just can't help themselves. They don't realize they're doing it. And you can't talk to them about it. No, they can't be unradicalized. Well, how expensive would that program be? Who's going to pay for it? I mean, come on, it costs money to do all that. Who's going to pay for it? How many people are going to line up and volunteer to pay for that? I don't think many anywhere in the world. And this guy's in the United States. People in the United States have been radicalized by this guy. Unsuspectingly. Well, what are we going to do? Try to investigate how this guy got radicalized and look for the person who radicalized him and back? No, you can't do all that. I don't know. Well, ask Donald Trump, the President of the United States. See what his thoughts might be about it. Be brave, be bold. Well, I think you know what he might want to say about it already, before I even ask. But I'm not a mind reader. Well, ask the United, I don't know. Go to Vienna and ask somebody, go to Geneva, go to Vienna. I don't know. Go to the UN in New York City. Propose a resolution or something. Call an ambassador. Well, they don't pay for anything. They have no authority. So I don't know. Heavy is the head of those who wear the crown of accountability and responsibility to figure out what to do about all of this. Send it to a committee? Oh, I don't think so. So for those of you who still believe in multilateralism and, lateral cooperation and coalitions of many and coalitions of willing and coalitions of willing against coalitions of unwilling and all that stuff, that's great. Doesn't it sound wonderful? Let's be global in our view. Well, we've had a lot of that. And, well, here's the result of that. So we use that same construct of decision-making or talking about stuff and allow that to figure out this. Well, I think that's just throwing the baby out with the bathwater, or the good after the bad or something. We already know that it's easy under a doctrine of radicalization. It's easy to radicalize people It's nearly impossible to de-radicalize people after they've been systematically radicalized under a doctrine of radicalization. That's impossible to do. You can't do it. No, you can't. Because the people were systematically radicalized. You can't de-radicalize them. You cannot. It's permanent. Because they're adults when it happens. Especially if it's combined from an early age or the span of the age. That's really easy. Or an age, I mean, that's easy to do. But parents can't radicalize their kids. No. No, they can't. There's too many inputs and kids get to change their mind later. So we're already not talking about young people. We're not talking intergenerational radicalization. That's just false. That's fraud. But you can take adult people. Oh yeah, you can really get them radicalized, especially if you use pharmacology. Pharmacology? Yes, pharmacology. The pharmacological use of agents to inject liquids or pills into people for the purpose of radicalization of their mind, body, and person. You can't just radicalize somebody's mind. You end up radicalizing their whole person. Yes, because I act through my body. This is so simple. The pharmacology, pharmacological use of formulations for medicine or whatever. Yes, this is easy. Oh, we've had this for a long time. So here we are. Let's go back.
People are going full on, but from a Christian perspective, I would think that if a person...
What did he say? People are going to what? What did he say? Let me turn on the closed captioning. Let's see what the closed captioning picks up. Fawn. F-A-W-N. Fawn.
Who's coming back to Christianity is more concerned with other people's sins than their own. This is not a good sign. The new atheism went off like a smoke bomb within culture. People couldn't see straight, and they were given the impression that perhaps religion was just for stupid, naive people. That seems to have dissipated. I think Jordan Peterson, in a way, was a gateway drug for many people to take another look at Christianity and not mock it. I think they long for ritual. When people tend to return to religion, people go from not orthodox to orthodox. They become like the most orthodox. We're seeing that today online. People are going full on. But from a Christian perspective,
Oh, no. He says people are going to fawn. Fawn, F-A-W-N. Because it's not fall on, no. Fall on, but no, he's using the word fawn. F-A-W-N. Fawn. He says fawn. Freeze, flight, freeze, flight, fawn, freeze, flight, wait, freeze, like a deer in the headlights, fight against it, flee, run away from it, or fawn. So the one who fawns neither freezes, like a deer in the headlight, they don't fight, and they don't flee it. So if you're not fleeing it, the danger, you're not fighting the danger, or you're not frozen by the danger, then what is it to fawn in the presence of the danger? Freeze, fight, and flee, well, those are good, healthy reactions. Healthy reactions. To fight it, and maybe be subdued or be dead by it, the danger. Flee it. If you can get away from it, great. No impact. Freeze like a deer in the headlight. You know what I mean, a deer in the headlight. Because if you freeze at a deer in the headlight, when you drive at night like I have out in the Midwest, the worst thing you ever wanted to do driving a car at night and the headlights on is see a deer ahead of you because you're going to crash into it. Because if you happen to come around a corner and play on the road in dark, out west, there's a deer on the road, and you'll see it in your mirror, feed your windshield in front of it, you'll slam on the brakes or swerve to the ditch. Because if you hit that, you're going to be dead and tear the hell out of your car and you'll be dead. So what does it mean to fawn? Mr. Flad here, whatever his name is, said fawn.